Welcome back to Kubli Productions, where today we will be looking at my 5 breakout pitcher predictions. These are all guys who are either meddling around or below league average that I believe can make a significant impact for their team in 2023. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. Kicking things off, we have the journeyman Alex Wood. In his second season with the Giants last year, Wood struggled, posting a 5.10 ERA. However, numbers can be deceiving. Last year, the Giants as a team had a staggeringly horrible -53 defensive runs saved, good for worst in the league. If we take a look at Wood's peripheral stats, he is painted in a much better light, with a 3.76 FIP and 3.45 SIERA. Both of these stats use an ERA scale, but attempt to eliminate events outside of the pitcher's control. In fact, thanks to the Giants' defense, Wood had the second largest gap between ERA and FIP in 2022 for pitchers with at least 100 innings pitched. Another reason why I have faith in the 32-year-old is his excellent command. In 2022, he had a 5.4% walk rate coupled with a 23.6% K rate. Wood even does a great job of contact management, posting a 48.2 ground ball percent and a 7.1 barrel percent. While that barrel percent number may not jump off the screen, keep in mind that was the second worst result of his career. Considering that the Giants' defense cannot possibly be as bad as it was last year, expect a solid season from Alex Wood in 2023. Next up is Reds fireballer Hunter Greene. The former second overall pick has had a rough journey to the majors, having to deal with Tommy John surgery that caused him to miss the entire 2019 season. However, in his first major league campaign, Hunter showed flashes of his phenom potential. Greene breaks triple digits with his heater regularly, and to complement his fastball, he has a nasty slider with a 38% whiff rate and a 29.3% hard hit rate. His piece de resistance was a 7 1/3 inning no-hitter that the Reds somehow found a way to lose, striking out 9 and only allowing 2 batted balls to exceed a 100 mph exit velocity. The main concern for Greene is his command and batted ball data. His 9% walk rate and 9.4 barrel percent were the main contributors to his 4.44 ERA last year. There is precedent to bring hope to Greene's turnaround, however. Enter Freddie Peralta. In 2019, a 23-year-old Peralta posted very similar numbers to Greene, a 30.1 K rate, 9.7 walk rate, and a 9.2 barrel percent with practically a 2-pitch arsenal. Since then, the Brewers starter has developed a new pitch, lowered his barrel percent, and kept his walk rate steady or declining over the next 3 years. Of course, easier said than done, but Greene clearly has the raw talent and potential to become a true ace this season. The third pitcher for today's video is Oakland starter Drew Rucinski. Admittedly, this guy wasn't on my radar at all before researching for this video, but I think the A's may have found a diamond in the rough with Rucinski. The 34-year-old last pitched in the majors in 2018 and has one start to his name, dating back to 2015 with the Angels. Here were the lineups that day. Continuing on, Rucinski has spent the past 4 years overseas in Korea, where he has revived his baseball career. After adjusting to the league, Drew has finished top 5 in walks per 9 the last 3 years while adding an extra mile per hour to his fastball. While this may not seem like much, a 30-something having more in the tank is no small feat. Rather than reading his ranks in the KBO since his arrival, I'll put this chart up on screen, courtesy of Justin Choi at Fangraphs. Yeah, that'll play. There is reason to believe in the career to MLB pipeline as well. Merrill Kelly toiled in the Rays minor league system for 5 years, before packing his bag for the SK Wyverns in 2015. The Diamondbacks decided to take a flyer on him, and he has turned into a valuable innings eater for the Snakes since. Chris Flexen is another curious case. After 3 rough seasons with the Mets, Flexen used 2020 to become a dominant pitcher in the KBO, harnessing his previously reckless control to become a contributing starter with the Mariners the next season. In fact, Rucinski beat Flexen on June 28, 2020. Small world. I don't expect Drew to blow the doors off major league lineups, but if he can produce a sub-4 ERA, something he has never done in the United States, I would consider it a huge success for Oakland and Rucinski. Next up is Seattle sophomore George Kirby. Last year, in his first season in the majors, Kirby dazzled, producing a 3.39 ERA in 130 innings pitched. However, I expect his 2023 season to be even greater. Like Wood, Kirby underperformed his peripheral stats, posting a 2.99 FIP and 3.32 SIERA. This is due to his fantastic control, as he managed to keep his walk rate at 4.1% and maintain a solid K rate of 24.5%. In fact, the only rookie pitcher in MLB history with that good of a walk and K rate while throwing at least 100 innings was Masahiro Tanaka in 2014, who pitched for 7 years in Japan before coming stateside. Even when Kirby does allow contact, he was able to limit line drives to a 16.4% clip and generate ground balls at a 45.5% rate. The crown jewel of his arsenal is his fastball, which was 4th best in the league in run value per 100 pitches in 2022. Run value is basically how much a certain pitch affects the odds of the offense scoring a run before and after the pitch was thrown. So, Kirby relies on his heater to get outs when he needs them, and he does so very well. His main issue is his barrel percent of 8.9 and his low whiff percent of 21.2. I think with a full offseason, knowing his spot in the rotation is secure will do Kirby wonders though, thanks to his 5-pitch arsenal and major league coaching. Between Kirby, Logan Gilbert, Luis Castillo, and what should be a bounce-back season from Robbie Ray, the Mariners will have a scary rotation this year. My last breakout pitcher prediction for 2023 is Royals reliever Jose Cuas. I remember watching him make his major league debut last year against the Guardians and have had an eye out for him ever since. He features a sinker-slider arsenal with the occasional changeup, which he delivers with a sneaky sidearm. In 47 games last year, he only gave up earned runs in 11 of those appearances and never more than 2 in a game. Additionally, Cuas boasts a barrel percent of 3.4, ranking 13th out of 444 pitchers with at least 100 batted ball events. Now for the bad news. Cuas had a mediocre 18.9% K rate and a rough 13.3% walk rate in 2022, resulting in a below average 4.39 FIP despite his low .48 home runs per 9. However, in the past 2 years in the minors, Cuas kept his walk rate below 7.5% and his K rate floating above 22%. With time to adjust to major league hitting, Cuas should be able to make corrections to his game and develop necessary control. The Royals also brought in Brian Sweeney as their pitching coach this season, which should work wonders on Cuas. Sweeney spent the past 4 years with the Guardians as their bullpen coach, who consistently had one of the top bullpens in the league under his leadership. While I hope Cuas has a fantastic 2023 campaign, I'm not looking forward to him facing the Guardians multiple times a year. Thank you all for watching, and I can't wait to see how these pitchers perform in 2023.